something I do want to say as well, which again, Seamus, keep proving me wrong, but I'm not happy about it. But I also kind of am happy about it. But I got to give you your flowers. Kornet, man. Kornet, again, 12 points, 100% shooting, 4 for 4 from the line, 5 rebounds. I mean, you can have it tonight again. I think you're, 4 for 5 right now on Kornet good games to bad games. So I'll give you this one. But
I don't know if you want to keep taking track like that, because at the end of the season, we'll realize it's like, oh, dang, this is like a 40-10 type of matchup right here. But I think Luke Kornet, he's just such a smart basketball player. And I keep reiterating, the development within the Celtics organization of Luke Kornet is so much bigger than people realize, because when you gain that level of cohesion with the player and continuity with the same squad over and over and over again, especially too, Joe Mazzulla, he's been around the entire time. I was going to say part of the coaching staff, but we know there's been a lot of turnover in that regard. But just being involved within the Celtics organization and growing here as a player next to other star players, Luke Kornet at this point in his career, we can truly say that he is hitting his prime as a role player in the NBA.
That's a scary prime to hit.
Well, see, it's kind of crazy to think about with Luke Kornet, because, like, we kind of talked about in the beginning of the year how much we didn't really believe in him. But at the same time, you got to think, like, Luke Kornet was not this guy. Like, this was not Luke Kornet, like, at the beginning of his career. Luke Kornet was literally just a 7-foot guy that stayed on the 3-point line and shot threes. Like, he kind of had to develop this kind of inside game.
Then he realized,
crazy to
I'm
think about as a 7-footer, but
I'm actually 7
it's crazy. But
I can stand by
he needed to develop it, and for what he's been doing, honestly, for the role he plays, I mean, I can't really complain.
And again, I don't think there can be times. There probably won't, and I do think there needs to be times though where, when he's used properly, I think he's solid. I think sometimes Mazzulla puts him in positions where he's going to fail, right? I think sometimes there's the double big and he has to guard that 3-point line. You stretch him out. I think you're just setting him up for failure. And so I guess really my flaws with Kornet haven't been on Kornet this year. It's been more so on how Mazzulla's been using Kornet and situationally. I thought they used him really well tonight. You had a little bit more size on Miami. You were able to get to the rim and use him as a little, lob threat in the dunker spot. So I will say, you know what? I'll give him his flowers because he was good tonight.
Luke Kornet, just the level of IQ that he owns within the Celtics offense right now, the pick and roll game, the creation off the pick and roll that they can run with Luke Kornet and his ability to just hit somebody in the corner or hit somebody on the wing. Now, he's not an elite level passer or anything of that manner. He's not a Jokic, and he's not some crazy Alperen Şengün type of big, but he is certainly somebody within the Celtics offense that you can put into the game offensively and trust to make the correct play and make the right play. And that's not always a given with a lot of big guys or even bench players in the NBA whatsoever. And I would say that anytime that, like, say tonight against the Miami Heat, they bring out the double big lineup, I think the Miami Heat, they have a size problem. They also have a little bit of a shooting problem. And this is where the Celtics can really attack teams with Luke Kornet, is when you believe that the other team does not have shooters that can really attack that matchup of, okay, well, Luke Kornet, we can get the mismatch up atop the key on the perimeter or on the corner and get him, with the Kornet contest where a guy's wide open and he's ultimately the last guy and he's just by the rim. Kornet contesting it. I know we think maybe that works, but it's probably not the most effective aside from a player.
And he misses the rebound every time. Every time.
But essentially,
if we want to compare Luke Kornet tonight, Jimmy Butler, 17 points in 29 minutes. Luke Kornet, 12 points in 16 minutes.
I mean, who's the real MVP here?
I mean, narratives can form every day. So.
Well, something I will say is that the Celtics have to play Moneyball with their bench, right? I mean, obviously they're the New York Yankees starting 5, but they are the Oakland A's when it comes to their bench. They need to find, I mean, it's true. They need to find the biggest bang for your buck out there when they're working on the bench. Right now, I look at who's the bang for the buck. Sam Hauser, $2 million, Moneyball player. Bang for your buck. Really, there's not too many players out there that are going to have the ceiling shooting wise that Hauser has. I think he's a big enough guy where defensively he holds his own, and then when he catches fire from behind the arc, Hauser is a flamethrower. Moneyball, I don't think Peyton Pritchard is Moneyball certified for the Celtics, because right now, what is he making? He's owed $4.5 million for Pritchard, which again, it's not a lot by NBA standards. It's actually very cheap. However, I think there's some pieces. Again, I'm going to say the name. You're going to hear it until the deadline passes. Lonnie Walker, who are under $4.5 million, and I think can impact you in a better manner. Kornet, Moneyball player, officially certified Moneyball player.
The Celtics, who they could acquire at the trade deadline, Peyton Pritchard, I would say that he's probably the only name I'm looking at right now that could be potentially shopped on the market, because Sam Hauser, I believe, is giving the team very good value at $1.9 million. And Luke Kornet is almost playing too vital of a role to trade him, because we really had a situation like tonight where Kristaps Porzingis goes down. Now he's likely going to have to step into a bigger role the next couple of games.
Don't even say that. Don't even say that.
If Kristaps does sit out a game or two, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do have him do such a routine. Luke Kornet right now, he's almost playing too vital of a role in terms of being a big guy within the rotation and just somebody with size. It really feels like if we traded him away from the roster for a wing and did a 2-for-1 deal with another one of our bench players, say Pritchard, like, is that wing, or is he going to present more versatility and size than, say, if we had Kornet, Pritchard, Hauser, and then an add-on potentially from a buyout situation? And we'll point out the buyout market, to rely on it every single season, it's been a little bit of slim pickings in recent years.
You're telling me LaMarcus Aldridge isn't like the biggest pickup of the middle of the season?
What's up, guys? If you like that clip, you can watch more of us right here, or you can join us live right after every single Celtics game on the Celtics Talk Weekly postgame show.